Hello, what's up everyone? Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and the post notification bell. For today's video, I'll be teaching you how to make this simple basic bralette using single crochets and double crochets. This bralette is very easy to make and is so beginner friendly. This is the back view of the bralette and I'll be teaching you how to make it, so don't go anywhere, keep watching. So guys, to make this bralette you use a 3.0mm hook, some acrylic yarns, and also you are going to need a pair of scissors to cut off excess yarns, and also you need a tape measure to measure. So guys, what you are going to do is to make a slip knot, and the reason why you see the yarn doubled is because it's not thick enough for me, so I went ahead and doubled. But if you are using male cotton, red heart, you don't need to double it. This is the most affordable acrylic yarn here in Ghana, so that is why I doubled it. So what you are going to do now is to insert the hook and chain 18 for a size small. So after chaining 18, you are going to count 4 from the hook, and you are going to double crochet in the 4th chain. So after double crocheting in the 4th chain, you are going to continue double crocheting till you get to the end. And if you are not conversant with the double crochet, it is one of the simple stitches to make in crocheting. What you have to do is to yarn over, insert the hook into the chain, pull through, it becomes 3, pull through 2, it becomes 2, pull through 2, it becomes 1. So please observe how I do it, and it's clear over here. And so you are going to double crochet till you get to the very down of the chain. So when you are done double crocheting, what you are going to do is to chain to turn over your work, and as usual double crochet all the way down. So put a double crochet in the next and after till you get to the end of the bra cup. So please observe how I do it, and when I get to the end I'll meet you. So we are now at the end, and what you are going to do is to look for the space, the tight space over there as I'm demonstrating to you, and you are going to put 2 double crochets into that space. 2 double crochets into that space. I'm going to chain 1, and then you double crochet 2 times into the space again. So it's pretty simple if you observe, and it's very beginner friendly. So next we are going to double crochet all the way down till you get to the down part of the bra cap. So I'll meet you there. Now that we are at the end of the bra cap, we are going to chain 2 as usual and turn over your work. I'm going to double crochet as usual from the previous, like how we did from the previous row, and we are going to do that till we get to where the chain 1 space we created from the previous row. So guys, go ahead and double crochet till you get to the chain 1 space. Getting to the end, what you are going to do is to put the last double crochet and look for the chain 1 space over there as I'm focusing, and you are going to put 2 double crochets into the chain 1 space, chain 1, and then 2 double crochets into the same chain 1 space. It's pretty simple. We are repeating the same thing from the previous row. After doing this, you go ahead and double crochet all the way down to the end of the bra cap. So guys, put the last double crochet as I'm demonstrating to keep the edges straight, the bra cap edges straight and not slanted. So this is what we have so far, and we are going to repeat rows until 7 for a size more. I'll be leaving a written pattern for the other sizes. So guys, go ahead and double crochet for 7 rows. So guys, I'm done with my total 7 rows, and I'm going to teach you how to make those scalloped edges from the thumbnail. So I'm going ahead and I'm going to measure the size of my bra cap for you guys to see. So the length measures 4.5 centimeters and the base measures 3.5 centimeters. Next, you are going to chain up 1, turn over your work and slip stitch into the next space to begin the chalet design. So after slip stitching into the next space, you are going to yarn over, count 3 and put a double crochet in the 3rd space. So you are going to double crochet 5 times into that same space. So guys, next we are going to count 3 and slip stitch into the next space, and what you are going to do is to slip stitch once again, count another 3 and double crochet as usual 5 times into the space. So you count 3 again and slip stitch. So what you are doing is repeating the scallop pattern. So go ahead and repeat as I've shown you previously till you get to the top part of the bra cup. So after repeating the scallop edges, we are going to single crochet into the chain 1 space and chain an additional of 250 for the strap aspect. So I'm done chaining up 250, and this time I'm not going to slip stitch back because the yarn is so thick and it will be kind of bulky. So what I'm going to do is to cut off the yarn with my pair of scissors, and after cutting and fastening off, I'm going to attach my yarn to the other side of the bra cup. So this is how I basically attach my yarn. So after attaching my yarn, I go ahead and insert the hook back to the place I attached, and after doing that, I'll go ahead and after attaching the yarn, what I'm going to do next is to repeat the scallops from the previous row. So I just go ahead and double crochet 5 times into the next space. So into the same space, I'm going to double crochet 5 times, and as usual you count 3, slip stitch 2 times, and you are going to repeat the scallops once again till you get to the end of the bra cup. So when I'm done with the bra cup, what I'm going to do is to weave in excess yarns and repeat another one. Guys, I made 2 of the bra cups in the same sizes for a size small, 7 rows. So what I'm going to do next is to lay them side by side, and as you can see, the Shelly design is showing already. So I'm come to create the down part of the bra cup, and as usual you begin with a slip knot as observed from the video. So after making the slip knot, you are going to use your 3.0 millimeter hook as usual, and you are going to chain 18. So guys, go ahead and chain 18 to begin the base of the bra cup. Guys, I'm done chaining up 18. What I'm going to do is to take one of the bra cups and I'm going to single crochet to join to the bra cup as observed from the video. So guys, single crochet at the base, and a single crochet is wrap the yarn around. Sorry, a single crochet is insert a hook into the chain, pull through, it becomes 2, pull through, it becomes 1. So I was thinking of making a detailed beginner friendly video of very easy stitches to make, like the double crochets and single crochets. So if you are interested and you want me to do such a video, please let me know in the comment section. So once again, go ahead and single crochet till you get to the end of the bra cup. So next, after chaining 1, you are going to single crochet to join to the other side of the bra cup, and as usual you are going to single crochet all the way to the end of the other bra cup. So guys, single crochet, observe how I do it and follow along and you get there. Guys, I'm done with single crocheting to the other side of the bra cup, and what I'm going to do next is to chain 18 as usual from the other side. So what I'm going to do is to chain 18 like what I did from the beginning of the row. So after chaining 18, you chain an additional 1. So go ahead, chain up 18 and chain up an additional 1, making 19. So after chaining up an additional 1 to make 19, you go ahead and single crochet as usual on the base of the bra cup. So go to the next chain space, single crochet till the end of the bra cup. So go ahead, follow along and observe how I do it, and I'll meet you there. Guys, we are at the bra cup aspect and we are still going to single crochet as usual. So guys, go ahead and single crochet as usual on the base of the bra cup, and it's going to be a little tight, but depending on your yarn, you'll be able to have a nice experience. Because I doubled it, it's kind of tight, but anyway, just go ahead and single crochet to get to the other side of the bra cup. Guys, we are done, and I'm so happy that you have been able to single crochet till the end. So next thing is to chain up to turn over your work, and you see you are going to skip one chain and double crochet into the next chain space, and you chain up one and double crochet into the same space. So you are going to have this opening, and I call it the shell opening if I'm right. So this is what you are going to have, and next you are going to chain up 2, and after chaining up 2 you are going to count 3 and double crochet into the third space. So when you are done, you are going to double crochet again into the next space, and then double crochet into the next space once again. So I call it the 3 consecutive double crochets following each other. So I call this the 3 consecutive double crochets. So next thing, I chain up 2 and I double crochet into the third space, and I chain up 2 and double crochet into the same space to create the shell opening. The only difference between the end one and this one is that there are chain 2 spaces between the one I just made. So go ahead and chain up 2 and double crochet 3 consecutive double crochets following each other as usual. So we are going to repeat the shell opening and the 3 consecutive double crochets simultaneously following each other as I showed you from the previous voiceover. So yeah, go ahead, create a shell opening and repeat till the end of the row. So guys, getting to the end, I've already placed 1 double crochet, so I ended with a 3 consecutive double crochet. It might differ for anyone, so it depends on how you improvise with the end to make it straight. So I ended luckily with a 3 consecutive double crochets, but it's not always the case. So next we are going to chain up to turn over your work and double crochet on top of the next double crochet. So yes, double crochet on top of the next double crochet. So after that, you are going to go ahead and chain up to sorry for all this. So you're going to chain up 2 and double crochet 5 times into the shell opening from the previous row. That's why I call it the shell opening, because you are creating a shell design inside the shell opening. So I call the 5 double crochets inside the shell opening the shell design or the shell pattern. So create the shell design or the shell pattern by double crocheting 5 times into the shell opening. So go ahead, and when we are done, we are going to chain up to double crochet into the middle of the 3 consecutive double crochets. So place just 1 double crochet into the middle of the 3 consecutive double crochet, chain up 2 and double crochet 5 times into the shell opening. We are going to repeat this simultaneously by creating the shell design in the shell opening and chaining up to double crocheting on the middle of the 3 consecutive double crochets. So it's pretty easy, and I've explained this into details. Follow my lead and I'll meet you at the end. So guys, we are finally getting to the end, and we are going to double crochet 4 times, not 5 times. We want to create that shell design in a small way, not really huge, because it's getting to the end. So I'm going to place 4 double crochets in the shell opening, and I'm going to put the last double crochet over there to end the bra cap. So this is what we have so far. Next, we are going to chain up 2, and I'm trying to focus. So yes, I'm now focused, and we are going to select double crochets, skip 1 chain and double crochet into the next chain as usual, and we are going to double crochet once again. So there are 3 consecutive double crochets at the end. So you chain up 2, and we are going to create the shell opening again on the standalone double crochets. So you know how to do it. If you have forgotten, just go back and play. So we have created the shell opening, and we are going to chain up 2 and double crochet on the shell design, the 3 consecutive double crochets in. So go ahead and create the 3 consecutive double crochets on the shell pattern or the shell design. So yes guys, this is the repeat of row 1. So we are repeating row 1 for row 3. So what you are going to do is you double crochet and you create the shell opening, you chain 2, you put the 3 consecutive double crochets on the shell design from the previous row. So what you're going to do is to repeat row 1. So let me take you through again. Chain 2 double crochet on the standalone double crochet, chain an additional 2 double crochets into the same standalone space. I made a mistake here, but you guys know how to do it already from the previous row. You create a shell opening, and then you create a 3 consecutive double crochets with chain 2 spaces separating them. So guys, just do this, and so guys, we are finally at the end, and what you are going to do is to double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet. So I have created a shell opening at the end, and this is how you end the row. So next, go ahead and chain 2 and double crochet into the shell opening 3 times. The reason why we are double crocheting 3 times into the space is that we have already chained 2, so it counts as a double crochet, and we don't want the side to be bulky, so it's supposed to be 3 double crochets in the shell opening. So after creating the 3, you're going to chain 2 double crochets on the middle of the 3 consecutive double crochets created from the previous row. So guys, yes, we are repeating row 3 if you are already smart, and I basically repeating row 2, not row 3. So row 1 was for row 3, and then row 2 was for row 4. So we are on row 4 currently, and we are repeating row 2 for row 4. So this is how it's going to be. You repeat row 1 for row 3, and then row 2 for row 4. So yes, it's going to be simultaneous, following each other. So guys, as usual, after creating the shell pattern, you chain 2 double crochets on top of the 3 consecutive double crochets, and then you chain 2 and double crochet in the shell opening. So yes, go ahead and do this. This is pretty simple. This is beginner friendly, and I want to encourage you to start up crocheting. Do a simple top, especially for social media girls. You just get your yarn and hook, and we are good to go. Can create something simple for an event, for the beach, and I just like to DIY my stuff, so I really have a lot of crochet stuff. So yeah, go ahead and repeat the pattern simultaneously, and I'll meet you at the end. So guys, I did 10 rows, repeating the rows simultaneously as I explained previously. So now I'm going to take up my tape measure and measure the down aspect, and it measured 4 centimeters, and this is for a size small. You can go ahead and make it cover up the down as you want, but I'll keep it this way, and I'm pretty happy with the outcome of this top, and I'm already in love with the colors. Like, I love pink. So next I'm going to cut off the yarn with my pair of scissors, and after cutting off, what I'm going to do is to weave in the excess yarns. You can't leave the excess yarn just like that. You have to go ahead and weave in for a clean and nice touch. So guys, this aspect is not compulsory. I have my Adoma the crocheter tag here, and because it's for a customer, I like to tag this for her, and it's not compulsory, and most people do not love to wear clothes with tag, but anyway, it's your choice. So I just, to give the bralette another exceptional look, I went ahead and placed some transparent beads on the straps, and it's optional, it's not compulsory, but I just love to give it an exceptional look, and I explained this in my previous video of starting up a crochet business with small capital. So if you have not watched the video, please go and watch. So next, what I'm going to do is to do the crisscross design at the back, and it's pretty simple. So yes, my top is done, and thank you so much for watching. If you are not subscribed, please do subscribe. Bye.